Hello and welcome to iRise's YouTube channel. If you haven't watched our video describing what our organization's goal is, how we plan to accomplish that goal, and how you can get involved, then I encourage you to check out that video now, which you can find by either clicking on the video link here or the link in the description of this video. Now if you have watched that video and you're wondering how iRise came to be, then this is the video for you. To start things off, I want to ask if you think, in their most innate, non-influence form, human beings are altruistic and want to help others. What I mean by that is, do you think that human beings, before society and grand influences of any type come into play, are willing to help others that need their help? Or are willing to offer a step up for another human being that could use it, simply because it's the right thing to do? Now the answer to this question, from my experience, has always been a unanimous yes, which then always prompts me to wonder, so what happens as we get older? Because clearly in our society today, where many of the wealthiest, most powerful individuals in the world do not do nearly as much as they could with their influence and resources to help others, this once innate trait has been lost along our progression through life. Something that I would like to attribute to this change as we progress through life is the fact that our society, especially here in the United States, is extremely competitive. We're often told or indirectly funneled into focusing on being bigger, faster, smarter, stronger, overall better than our fellow human beings. And what we are taught to do in order to maintain this competitive nature is to focus on ourselves. Something that I'd like to quickly note is that I don't see anything wrong with focusing on yourself during times of self-improvement. In fact, I would argue that the board members that encompass iRise are some of the hardest working individuals I've met in my life. But you see, the problem with our society funneling everyone into this competitive mindset is that the majority of people take it for what it is on the surface level. And they fall so deep into a state of competitiveness and focusing on themselves that before you know it, they have gone through life living only for themselves and their immediate acquaintances. What this does is it leads to a gradient, a disparity between individuals in our society who have things go their way and those who do not. I'll use a hypothetical example of an individual who maybe reaches the top 5% of what our society may consider to be success, which in the United States is undoubtedly wealth, as wealth leads to power, influence, and respect. What occurs when this individual reaches that top 5% is that they were so focused on themselves and achieving what society made them obsess over that they lose that innate connection to their brothers and sisters of humanity that aren't a part of this top 5%. They look at the people below them on the economic and social ladder and they think, hey, I did it, why can't you? What's your excuse? I achieved greatness on my own, what's your problem? Why can't you do it if I did it? This leads to the individuals with the most power, influence, and success in our society not using it to help others in need, or certainly not using their resources to help others in the degree that is possible. The problem with this is that this prevailing mindset completely ignores the quintessential reason why many of these individuals maybe aren't on the same level as you are, which is that out of control things happen. Life happens. Society to turn you cold and hard and condition you into thinking anything but focusing on yourself is a sign of weakness. At first, people will maybe see it that way when you go out of your way to help others. People will interpret that as you maybe not wanting to focus on yourself because you have a problem, or you maybe aren't good enough, or whatever the reason may be. But I can assure you that going against the tide of society and doing what in your heart and mind you know to be the right thing to do, this is the opposite of weakness. This is the true definition of strength. Something special connecting all of us here at iRise and everyone that is a part of our generation is that anyone between the ages of 1 to about 30 is encompassing the first generation of individuals, the very first generation of individuals to go through our primary education, your elementary, middle, and high school, and have direct access or direct influence through the internet. A medium showing us exactly what all these problems are in the world, how we can prevent them, and it also acts as a medium that puts us in connection with people all around the world like never before. I have a vision for what our generation can become. A generation of humanity, a generation of progress like what has never been seen before, and it all starts with opening your heart and mind to helping your brothers and sisters in humanity through an organization like iRise. Accept the problems that exist in society today rather than observing the problems around the world and turning your back on them to focus on yourself. Instead, make the problems of the world a part of yourself, and let's all make an effort to change for the better. Let's become the generation of helping one another, the generation of humanity. Thank you for watching our video, and please check out our Facebook link in the video description box and learn more about iRise and see if it's something that you want to become a part of.